Yeah, that joke of "Can you hear me?" No, we can't. That just got out of fashion like 10 years ago. It died at the same cemetery where the ninjas of the internet lie. I mean, as the place where all internet memes were buried. Okay, we all here? I think we are. So we can start the pure ponage. Are the players ready to start the game? Jack, I lost you. Jack? Can you hear me? I guess he can't. Or I can't hear him. Hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can. I can.
Yes! Oh my god, this is a terrifying day. I will tell you how later on. Okay, we can go now. Go, Power
Hooray!
Rangers! Yes! I'm the Black Power Ranger today because I have legalized stim packs on my chest and a black t-shirt. I'm sitting on a black chair and I have a
too.
black headset. So.
I've got a black hoodie, a black t-shirt, a black keyboard, black mouse. I got a black monitor.
Wow.
Just pretty much it. I got a black desk. I got a black modem.
How do you find your way around during night? I mean,
I don't.
Right. Just
doesn't
oh,
happen.
that was the desk. Oh, that was the PC. No wonder it blew up the last week. But anyway, let's start the games already. Here we have spawning a top right corner on Cloud Kingdom. His name is
White Raw.
And to give it a little bit of a twist, spawning the bottom left position, the runner-up for the tournament, the guy who has been mercilessly dealt with. He is now fighting for his survival. His name is
PandaTank.
Yes. There's a question on the chat. I see already. My spidey sense told me that there is an important question that needs to be answered. Will there be a Heart of the Swarm key? Of course there will. We do that every stream, you silly. that's like yeah.
No matter what,
Don't
we do.
stop. The awesomeness doesn't stop here. And anyway.
Ooh.
Sorry for that beeping.
This is kind of cool here, actually. We have a pylon going down on 9, as usual, but in not the usual place. He's going to be doing pylon in main, which is something that happens for a lot of other players, but I don't see White Rod doing it a lot. Because it's a PvP and I'm insane. All right.
Yeah, I mean,
have we cast any
nice.
PvP? Is this the first PvP?
No, this is the
cast?
first PvP we'll be casting. I was just wondering, what the hell is this guy talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes happen. Just, press the red button at the back of your head. It sometimes works. Either reboot or just.
I was totally like, okay, it's time to make a decoy for the cell phone. I'm gonna make a smart comment. Not.
That didn't work out the way you planned, but thank you for trying. I really appreciate that way. I ended up doing a decoy for your mashup. So anyway.
Right.
Here we have Wytra going for double gas. We already have a gateway on the way, and on the other side of the map exactly the same, except for the other gas. So cybernetics core opening there, and also here. So what do we think about the players and about the sirens in the background? Oh my god, that is loud.
That is hope whoever that siren is headed to is okay. In any case, the PvP in White Raw the PvP in Heart of the Swarm is a lot different than it used to be. You can expand easier now with the help of the Mothership Core, and the Void Ray is really, really strong. As is the Phoenix. Sometimes we can see a sort of tactical wheel where it's like if you go Phoenix, it'll beat someone who goes Void Ray. If you get Void Ray, it beats someone who goes for a Ground Force. If you go Ground Force, you beat someone who goes Phoenix.
Oh, and the Void Rays are so freakishly strong against Stalkers, for example. So doing a Stalker build nowadays is probably not so smart anymore, especially if someone goes Stargate.
Yep. Blink Stalkers still can be strong though on this map. This map is really, really nice for Blink Stalker play, and you can do it with the Observer still. But yeah, so we are seeing Stargate out of White Raw and Twilight Council for PandaTank. So that's gonna not work. That's not going to work out too well if it's Blink Stalker versus Void Ray. But it's really hard to tell at this point in time if White Raw is going to be going Phoenix or Void Ray. Both can work pretty well in PvP.
So we have a Stargate opening from one side and Twilight Council from the other. Now, the problem with Blink Stalkers recently is that they have been nerfed. At least the Blink research has been nerfed. It doesn't take up anymore, it doesn't take up 140 seconds anymore. It takes 170 seconds. So that's a huge increase, half a minute to be exact. Now, if White Raw goes for Oracle and then straight for Void Rays with the prismatic alignment, they are also powerful against Stalkers, and they just make those poor units melt.
Yeah, really, if you're in a PvP situation, pretty much everything gets destroyed by Void Rays for cost and for supply. Stalkers just cannot hold up against the Void Rays at all.
That wasn't the case in Wings of Liberty, because Void Rays were kind of meh unit, and oh wow! Did you see those force fields? Oh my god, just catching those Stalkers. You shouldn't have a smoke right now. This is not a time for a group chat, guys. You should have been paying more attention. And now with the perfect set of force fields, just making those pudding bubbles there with his sentry, White Raw got 2 Stalkers ahead, which is a critical loss for PandaTank. He is going really Blink Stalker, so he needs every single Stalker that's possible.
The Oracle getting chased out of the base right now. Blink Stalker is going to do pretty well against it, but Void Rays coming up for White Raw is going to be really strong. I want to say that move out with White Raw, he put the force fields down before he engaged, and he only put 2 of them down, and waited to put the 3rd one down until he absolutely needed it. That's just some of those very, very small optimizations you can make to save your energy.
But PandaTank is making his way with his Mothership Core, and we need to remember the player who loses this best of 5 series is out of the tournament. This is going to be the first round of the tournament leavers, and those people, the first 2 people that will leave the tournament, will probably not get invited back to the next series. We'll leave some place to other guys. Now we have PandaTank doing a blink into the main base. There's already 1 Void Ray and a couple of Stalkers. Void Ray doing so much damage, and PandaTank of course blinks out, waiting for that cooldown to happen. He doesn't want to engage Void Ray head on while the prismatic alignment is happening.
Absolutely, definitely don't want to mess with the Void Rays when they have the prismatic alignment. Void Rays straight up though, still very good against the Stalker. They do bonus damage against armor without the prismatic alignment.
Oh, 2 Void Rays already, and the Mothership Core starts to wonder, well, is it a good idea to hang out there? I mean, those guys at the horizon, they look kind of sexy, they're all slim and everything, but they just doesn't seem to like my family.
Oh, White Raw used the Oracle. White Raw was trying to get that pylon down. He's trying to eliminate the reinforcements. There are 2. Keep in mind that PandaTank needs to win this now. The more Void Rays come out, the more trouble he is in. He did go for
going for it. He has the Void Rays charge, so he's going for it, and oh my god! Can it get cancelled though? I didn't even know. Let's analyze that after the game is done. But now White Raw just taking down the Mothership Core. There is no recall for those Stalkers, and PandaTank has to run away.
Yeah, PandaTank is in a lot of trouble here, and it looks like White Raw is going to be building a pylon right in PandaTank's base and following this up with some aggression.
Oh, and PandaTank goes for a cancel and for a Dark Shrine. Now, my question, my friend, is what happened with that recall? Doesn't recall work the way that, you recall even if the Mothership gets destroyed?
Nope, not anymore. That got patched kind of recently. I don't remember which patch it was exactly, but if the Mothership Core gets destroyed before the recall finishes, then the recall does not happen. In the meantime, though, we have this huge attack coming in from PandaTank. He's trying to get some damage done, but he was chased out by some probes in the main White Raw, and White Raw is just tearing through this because of the Void Rays. He's not going to be able to force field that forever. White Raw gets up the ramp, and this is looking really bad for PandaTank. There's almost no way he can come back. The DT Shrine is finished. There's no detectors on the way. This is his last hope. He has to warp in some DTs. He's just finally getting the gas right now for the first DT, and it's going to come out. The issue is all of these probes are being lost in the meantime. He has pretty much no way to
remember
save
that
them.
Oracle has been lost earlier on by Whitera. If he had the Oracle now, he would just do BAM and he would have the detection with him, but now he doesn't, and he'll be losing units by the number. And PandaTank, well, I can't say he has this. He has lost 20 workers, but certainly he will be able to get rid of those units at least.
Yeah, the issue is PandaTank has 8 workers and Whitera has 21.
Exactly.
And Whitera can very easily produce an Oracle, which he already has. It's on the way to the base. He can just regroup and go for another attack. PandaTank knows this, and GG's. First game goes to Whitera.
So Whitera claims the first victory. This is only the second game that he has won this tournament. Unfortunately, if we take a look at the bracket, guys, Whitera, when playing previously, he was playing against, if I'm not mistaken, playing against Cass. He got demolished and Cass went on ahead with 3-1 lead. Now Whitera dropped to lower bracket, and you know, the PandaTank is his obstacle, and PandaTank can potentially eliminate Whitera from the tournament. Now Whitera has been practicing a lot recently, and a lot of players have been showing real appreciation for his skills, but you know, it just doesn't seem that he's in the right shape nowadays.
Yep, definitely not. PandaTank is going to be picking Daybreak. We're gonna have to see exactly how that works out. Yeah, PandaTank going with the old style there, saying, okay, I'm on Cloud Kingdom, Blink Stalkers are really strong, but the issue is Blink Stalkers are so vulnerable to the Void Ray, and we do know that Whitera likes his Stargate play.
Yeah. Alright, guys. We'll be seeing a Daybreak map. We'll go straight away into the lobby for the next game. PandaTank already 1 point behind, and we'll see how it goes for him. I mean, a lot of people are cheering for PandaTank. He's the only Grandmaster player in South Africa. So there are a lot of people from that region cheering up for him. They want to see him succeed, which is only normal. Oh my God! Someone calls the Superman. I need to be back.
So we do have the Daybreak map loading in any case. PvP on Daybreak not going to be quite as strong for the Blink Stalker play.
I was able to send my sidekick to deal with the crisis, and I'm back with you. Awesomer than before. Luckily, I didn't need to wear my pants over my trousers, neither take off my t-shirt to see my Superman logo on my chest, so the day was saved without that. Anyway, here we have, spawning in the top right position on the Daybreak map, his name is...
PandaTank!
Awesome. Now, in the other side of the map, on the bottom left corner, to be more exact, he is...
I said Whitera. I just said it in like a sort of like excited whisper, but I guess it doesn't work out. I'm trying new things, yeah, Gwen. I'm trying new things. I gotta keep it spicy. If I do the fake car salesman voice every time, people get bored of it. Gotta mix it up. But in any case, we have the normal type stuff here. What do you think? More Stargate play from Whitera?
Whitera in PvP, he has been doing a ton of Stargate. However, he's one of the players who would always differentiate his build orders. So I just imagine that he won't be a one-trick pony, as you guys say in America, and he will try something else. But then, you know, it's always good if something works. Why change it? Just go the same thing twice. And really, his Stargate play just countered outright what PandaTank was doing.
Yep, sent out that probe there just to make sure no proxy 2-gate zealot rush. He knows that everything is basically normal. So, yeah, and that's the other thing too. In PvP, in Heart of the Swarm, just as it was in Wings of Liberty, you don't really need to scout too early, because if you get in there with your scout, like if you scout after the pylon, you're not really going to see much. You're going to say, okay, my opponent's building a gateway and then a Cybernetic core. Great, that's all I know. Really, you're just looking for any sort of cheese, and you can check that very easily by looking at your own base to make sure there's no proxies nearby.
And I think one of the main points of scouting in PvP is checking for both gas timings and for the unit composition. So as you can see, Wytra right now doesn't have a single unit on the map, or does he? No, it's only a probe, and our dear Proberto can't deal much damage. Now, not having units, for example, until you get a stalker, that means you may be going for a Stargate play. That means you may be going for Blink Stalker. If you see that there's already a cybernetic score up, and you see that with your probe, you may venture a guess that this is going to be a Stargate play, because the opponent is saving up gas for that precious Stargate. But that's like you said, that's never sure. So you need to venture a guess later on with your scouting, perhaps a hallucinated Phoenix, perhaps an observer, whatever you prefer. But you need to recheck and recheck and recheck again.
Yeah, absolutely. And going into that base and seeing only one gateway for all this time definitely rules out the big attack early on with a lot of gateway forces. Maybe going for an earlier expand, kind of risky, but definitely possible. Or going for some quick tech. And it looks like he is saving up the minerals. He's going for an early expand.
Wytra, however, is just mirroring his opponent from the previous match, and he's going for Twilight Council himself. Now, this is kinda cranky on this map, because if you go for a Twilight Council, there's not too much room that you can do blinks with. I mean, if you just check the front of your opponent's base, what are the possible routes of getting in there with your blinks? I mean, it's all at the front, all near the ramp. So yes, you can surpass the force field, but still, there's no way you'll sneak something in. This chasm here is just too big for any stalker to blink over it.
Yep, and the Blink Stalker is still going to be strong. Oh, he's not going Blink Stalkers. Oh, we have Dark Shrine.
Yeah.
You could still get Blink. A lot of times when people go DTs, they still get Blink or Charge or something like that, because why not? You built the Twilight Council. You might as well use it. But yeah, so really fast DTs on one base. I wonder if he'll build a third. Oh, did that get scouted?
And straight for a forge.
Do you believe it? Do you
Oh.
believe it did? No, it didn't!
No, oh my god. Such a
God.
close shave. Do you see this, guys? He went
no.
immediately close to this, but he didn't see the building there. And oh my.
I don't think he knows where that proxy. No, he does not know where that proxy pylon is either. That is not good.
But then
DT's
he is
finishing
having.
up. He's
Oh,
getting
he is
charged in
having
the
an
background.
observer. Just we can be cautious now because he has an observer, and an observer is a big deal when it comes to DTs. Now, the problem will become if Wytra spreads his DTs appropriately, then the observer. Oh, and did Wytra change his tech path? I think he did. He goes for charge right now, so he'll be going Archons. Immediately, he used the Phoenix to check if there's an observer, and he saw the observer with the army, so he's not bothered right now. He says, alright, okay, I'll go for some Archons. Archons are mighty effective against both Zealots and Stalkers.
Yep, that's the really nice thing about DTs. They're not just this cloaked unit that you use to harass, and if your opponent has detection, you're done. You can also make Archons with them, especially in PvP. Archons are very strong because they break force fields. They're considered a massive unit. And 3 sentries over here, being the main defense for PandaTank right now, that's going to be really tough to deal with. 2 Archons looks like he's going to move in with.
And also, PandaTank is kind of hoping for some aggression of his own. He has the proxy pylon in a very similar spot to what Wytra has. And PandaTank scouts it. However, I'm not sure about the usage of that energy on the sentries. He will want to have as many force fields as possible. Although, sorry, I'm just dumb. You don't want force fields when you're playing against Archons. They just crush them.
Yeah, and a lot of Zealots too, so Guardian Shield is not going to be that useful. Only 3 units that will be affected by Guardian Shield.
Oh, a smart wall.
Nice little
Do you
wall
see
in
this?
here, yeah. Definitely a nice move.
So he can leave the Immortal and the Stalkers behind that wall. That will give them extra layer of protection. Any condom commercials recently on Twitch? And and he can just try to defend around the worker line. Now this is really good of PandaTank. If he manages to stay on this expansion long enough, he will out-tech and eventually outmass Wytra. Even right now, Wytra's army supply is already lower than what PandaTank
Here we go.
has.
Going right in, all these units have really short range, and it's pretty easy for them to be kited. Oh, he's not not taking down that force field with the Archon. He's moving right into the base. He's just surpassing this whole thing. He needs to get the Archons in the front to kill these force fields.
Oopsie daisy. Oopsie daisy, the Archons are just too fat.
No.
They didn't get past all those other units. And right now, Wytra, with even a very good mixture, he just got outplayed in terms of positioning during that battle.
Yeah, now he's got the second Nexus cannon up, and a Colossus. This is a really rough spot for White Ra. I wouldn't be surprised if he GG's out of this, but then of course we are dealing with White Ra. He does not give up until it's absolutely no way he can possibly come back, which is a great attitude to have.
He wants to use the Archons as much as he can, so he dealt a lot of Zealot losses, which is cool. And now he's going back to his own base. Now the problem Wytra will have is, hey, I have 3 bases, but I mean, you know, 22 supply against 57 army-wise? That's not too good.
Nope, definitely not too good. Actually, he warps in at that, PandaTank warps in that pylon. And is not even going to be going for the third. He's going to go right into the natural.
Which is a smart
kill
choice
all of these
because,
workers.
Yeah, the natural is mining and is providing income. Therefore, you want to get rid of it in the first turn.
Absolutely. Oh god, this Archon's going to fall down. If you want to make those early game Archons pay off, you have to save them before they lose the shield and regen it.
Oh. And Wytra with DTs right now.
He does.
Oh, but there's a
this
detection.
Does not look good for White Ra.
Not looking good at all, my friend. Wytra, if he doesn't get Panda rid of this observer, he will be basically dead. This is a transition straight into GG. You cannot do anything more after this. Yeah.
Yep, definitely. And there it is. PandaTank ties it up 1-1.
There it is, like you said. So, guys, the games are quite even so far. I wanted to remind you all that we do this awesome thing that after every single stream that we do, we give away a free Heart of the Swarm copy. So if you watch us regularly, you just increase your chances of getting a free Heart of the Swarm, either for yourself, your family, friends, maybe for your grandma. I mean, your grandma is also a cool person, I imagine. And, you know, you may try to get her hooked to StarCraft 2. That would be actually really cool, and I'm quite sure that would get to Reddit's front page if you have a grandma that's playing StarCraft 2.
Absolutely. I want to do a series where I teach senior citizens how to play StarCraft. I want to do that for sure.
Well, that was an idea that a friend of mine had when I spoke with him at the office. He told me, listen, find someone gutsy, someone who's old but still gutsy and cynical, and teach him to play StarCraft 2. That would be the best comedy show on the web. And I'm probably going to do something like that at a certain point. That would be so nice.
Sounds awesome. I'd be all about that.
Yeah.
White Ra is Terran, and he is saying, go, go. Okay, there's the Protoss.
That's the rest of my t-shirt, guys. You asked for it. You want to see what's underneath?
Whoa.
No! Boom! 5 people left.
That.
5 people left. This is how many women are watching us, probably. So anyway, let's get on with the nuclear precinct.
Someone in the chat says, "How about no?" How about
no? Works fine too. I mean, yeah, I'm cool.
Yegwin hides a mine under his shirt. That's nice.
Yeah, that's the reason why it's called Widow Mine. No one looks there. Right, so maybe now we switch roles. I'll do the sound.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that. We have in the bottom left-hand corner of our screen the Papatas himself. He is
TTS Porto Wytra.
And in the bottom right-hand corner of our screen, we have the other Protoss player in the red colors. It's
CM Stormiko PandaTank.
And we are underway. We have the normal things happening. This is White Ra actually said any map go, and he does that all the time. So whenever he's playing, he's like, yeah, any map go. And whenever he does this from now on, I'm picking Newkirk, because Newkirk is the map that White-Ra goes Stargate on the most, and so I will always pick Newkirk when he says that. And we'll see what happens. But I love White-Ra Stargate play, and I want to encourage that as much as possible. So hopefully that will work out. I'll keep my fingers in the cross position.
Cross spot fingers. I mean,
yep. I spot cross spots
that
on my
would
fingers.
actually be some awesome trolling, or maybe not even trolling, but mind control. I don't even know if White-Ra realizes that. I mean, if he goes Stargate on this map, wow, that would be so cool. We'll see.
We'll definitely have to see. But yeah, so far normal openings coming out. The reason why I think that the air is so strong on this map is because the distance from each base is shorter by air than it is by land. And any map where that happens, the air is going to be a little bit stronger. You also have a really nice proxy spot if you want to do any sort of proxy oracle play. It's still on your side of the map, but it's much, much closer. So you don't have to take a big risk to do that proxy. And we do have perfectly identical on the minimap scouts. It's kind of
Will
nice.
they
Look
do
at
a brofist?
Well, we're gonna have to find out. But
I
they
think
look
the
like they're
red
gonna
one
meet.
is going to be...
Oh, the red one's ahead. The red one's ahead. Oh, red one
no
passes
brofist.
Zelnaga first. PandaTank wins. The scout race goes to PandaTank.
I am
Still quite
so
nice, like synchronized
disappointed
swimming.
right now. No brofist? I mean, what
No.
is this? League of Legends?
I don't know. I don't. It's well, actually, I do know. It's not League of Legends. This is
Yeah,
actually
quite
StarCraft 2.
apparent if you look
For
at
anyone tuning in, this is StarCraft 2. If you're looking for League of Legends, you probably will not find it here. But you should check out StarCraft 2 because it is one of the greatest games of all time.
it. If not the greatest.
If not the greatest. I don't wanna brag or anything, but
Yeah, but you know.
I do cast the greatest game of all time. Just saying. But yeah, so we have the two gates coming out of PandaTank, and as well for White-Ra. This is a safe way to open up if you go for the two gates first, because you have enough units to defend, and you can ward off any sort of scouts. And while you get your tech down, you go for your tech too early, it's really hard to deny the scout.
And by the way, PandaTank is already going for the Twilight Council, but we don't know yet if that's a Dark Templar build or if it's a Stalker build. It all depends really on what.
Or if it's a
PandaTank...
Charge Archon build.
Yeah, that's
Never
exactly
know.
right. You have. This is why we love Heart of the Swarm so much, because there is not a fixed way to play the game right now, and it may change. Oh yes, it is
There
Dark
it
Shrine.
is.
Yeah, it may change with time. However, the way the things are right now is you can just go for anything you want. And
All right, and the issue though with teching up this quickly is that you're gonna lose the ability to build units for a while. White-Ra's gonna have a bigger army, but he seems he's spreading it out a little bit too much, and he gets into a little bit of trouble. Nice scouting out from PandaTank with
But
a
do you see
three-stalker
what
build.
we have there? Your favorite building. You have successfully mind-controlled White-Ra into
Yes.
going Stargate. Also,
Very nice.
That's really cool. And White-Ra already there with his mothership core being annoying, but he has to be careful. The mothership core
he's
gets
gonna lose
surrounded.
it.
What is happening? Why didn't he recall and he loses the mothership
Well, he
core?
used it to tank up, so he's gonna get the advantage in this stalker battle, and he's gonna have two stalkers coming out behind it. The Dark Shrine is gonna be done in 20 seconds, and that is enough time for White-Ra to deal a lot of damage before the DPs get out.
But White-Ra still doesn't know that there's a Dark Shrine, it just looks like a regular pylon, and now we see PandaTank getting back some of his workers to make sure those stalkers are dead. He wants to use his mothership core, and yes, the workers go in angry with their wrenches in their hands. Hey, give us back our freedom!
And here we have the first Dark Templar coming in. We also have a Dark Templar coming into the base at the same time. We have an Oracle coming out, it's rallied to the mineral line, he knows what's up, he knows what's happening, and it looks like White-Ra is going to be okay. He's going to lose a couple of workers here.
I mean, PandaTank.
I'm really
is going to
surprised
be
he's not
okay.
running away from this. Oh, he's trying to hold it in place. He's trying to hold the DT in place so it doesn't escape. Don't know why you would do that, but that is what he's doing. Yeah, I really don't know why you why you would take that many hits on the workers.
Well, it's as when in army you just throw yourself to cover a grenade. I mean, it's a heroic sacrifice. And by the way,
15 workers to 20 now.
The problem that Whitera has is he already used his Envision, and he will have it for 60 seconds, or a little bit less now, but he has to go for a second Oracle. Normally, he would just go for a Void Ray perhaps, or more units, or go just expansion. But, you know, he has to be careful about the Dark Templar threat, and PandaTank knows that there's an Envision going on right now, and he doesn't want to risk sneaking in another DT.
Yep. There is that small gap of time where the Oracle has, the Envision has run out and the Oracle doesn't have enough enough energy to cast another one. But it looks like he's gonna miss that here. He should be able to catch this. He doesn't see it. Should have been able to catch that DT. He might be able to do it still if he's heading towards the base. It looks like he's going to push while taking this expansion. Really nice use of the map control he's gained with this Oracle.
And he saw it for a second. He saw it for a second, and yes, he's aware that he just chased the goose inside the shed. We will see. We will see.
Yeah, so that was actually a really nice move. He doesn't kill it; he just sort of, you know, corrals it into the base, so that way he doesn't have to use his Oracle energy. Really
He's
nice
like
move.
a sheepdog with the Stalkers and the Oracle.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. And all
White
the Dark
Rock, a
Templars on the
shepherd.
map go bah! And just flock in.
Yeah, but that's the cool thing about going for Stargate, especially in PvP. You have the answer to almost all of your problems with the Stargate building. You have Void Rays if you need them, Phoenix if you need them. Trying to do a little bit of harass right now with the Oracle.
Yeah, but against,
not working out as well as you want to.
Yeah, I mean, Oracle is cool in PvP, but only after you have multiple expansions and you don't have cannons yet. This is why I imagine it's not going to be so popular, because it's so easy to counter it. Now, Terrans have a much harder time countering it, and not so much for the Zerg. However, one Oracle takes down one Queen, so that's still a nice win. So anyway, in PvP, I imagine Void Rays will still be dominant in a while, but please don't quote me on that.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to see what turns out, and different ideas that people figure out to deal with the Void Ray. Archon Stalker, cool stuff. So that's going to be his units coming into this, and the Void Ray is there. It's going to charge up. It's going to start taking down. Oh no, it's focusing on the Archon. The Void Ray really ought to be focusing on some other things right now, but he's focusing on the Archon.
Well,
doesn't get as many Stalker kills as he could get.
The Void Ray doesn't have any damage versus massive units, any bonus damage, I mean.
No.
He only has bonus damage, tremendous bonus damage against armored units, so he should be focusing Stalkers.
Yeah, it's a difference between 6 DPS and 16 DPS. It's a really big difference when you have that charge up that you focus on armored targets.
And it seems PandaTank is intent on closing and sealing the deal right now. Let's check the army supply. Army supply wise, he's not ahead. He's only ahead in terms of having the better tech with the Archons. But, you know, Whitera's army is already surpassing that one of PandaTank. This looks exactly like a mirror of the last game. Now, Whitera is in the situation where he has just the bigger numbers because he went for an expansion, and PandaTank cannot afford it. But hey, let's wait for the push to happen. PandaTank suddenly just got 4 supply more, and he's going in with the Archons. Oh, one of them not shooting down. That's not looking good. Very aggressive blink, and taking down both Void Rays. That's a really nice move. Will he take down the Mothership Core? Yes, but the Mothership Core doesn't do enough damage right now to be of any threat. And he'll be focusing on another Void Ray, or will he not? No, he didn't notice. He's focusing down on Oracles. That's not good. And PandaTank there with only 1 Archon remaining. He's wondering, hey guys, where did you go?
There's no detection.
Yeah.
Not building any detection either. The detection is gone. White Rod, GG.
Oh my god! No detection.
Wow. Really nice job there. Scouting out, getting in there, doing the blink in, and he focused down those Oracles, and White Rod was not producing anything out of Stargate at the time. Managed to pull off the GG. Well done from PandaTank. Decisive action.
Mayhaps we shouldn't start mind controlling Whitera the next game. I mean, that was kinda low.
I just want to see some Stargate play, I'm just saying. Okay, so.
So what went wrong for Whitera that game was really the lack of detection. He has lost his oracles in defending of that attack, and he just didn't think that he will need them for a Dark Templar defense. And I think that Dark Templar was like the last desperate move for PandaTank, and he was just hoping to do something with it. But on the other hand, he managed to focus down on all the oracles just fine. So it was game very similar to what we saw once with Mana versus Hero, where Mana just focused down all the observers and then won DTs, which worked out tremendously well for him. That was not that's a meaning that it was not interesting at all. But thank you for filling the empty space. I really
Just,
feel appreciated, yeah.
Yeah, just doing that, figuring out what the next map is going to be while listening to you. I'm a decent multitasker, but it doesn't actually work out as well as I'd like it to all the time.
I mean, it has been scientifically proven, though. I think that women in general have a much better time with both seeing colors and being good at multitasking. But
and that was a real
no,
yes.
It was not it was
Right, exactly.
Yeah, you just see the change of tension at the end of and you can just say if the person is even interested in what you're saying.
Yep, absolutely. That was another one of those beautiful moments where I had to make a decision while listening to you at the same time.
Whitera says any map, just he pinged me and said go make. Anyway guys, we'll go into a short commercial break. Don't go anywhere, we'll be back in 2 minutes.
No, he's a...
Alright guys, here we go. The next map is already loading. What map it's going to be? It's a surprise. But I wanted to remind us all that at the end of the stream, once we're done with both matches for Jägerisk Master League, we'll be having an awesome Heart of the Swarm giveaway, because we want this scene to grow bigger, and we want that quite literally. This is why every single stream that we do, we give away free Heart of the Swarm copies, or Wings of Liberty if you guys prefer. So anyway, make sure you stay until the very end. coming right after this, once we're done with Whitera versus PandaTank, we'll be having an epic match of Goody versus Snoot. A best of 5 also in the lower bracket to determine which one of those awesome players is going to fall out of the tournament. So far so good. The tournament is looking good and the results are quite extreme to say the least.
Yeah, I'm very, very excited to see, who is going to move on, who is going to get eliminated here. It's not triple elimination, it is only double, so we're going to see players start falling off, and it's going to start getting narrowed down, so I mean, definitely want to know exactly, yeah, sure.
Alright.
Exactly what's going on.
So anyway, here we have, spawning in the top right position on Kespa near Planet S, his name is...
PandaTank!
Awesome. Now, my dear overexcited car salesman, who he is here, spawning as the Red Brothers in the bottom left corner?
It's YML!
Yes.
It is. That's exactly who it is.
Have you been taking any vocal emission classes?
I went to school for vocal, for voice, for singing.
Oh, can you sing?
I can.
You're my evil twin. You can speak English and you can sing. You can do both things. I'm the worst at. You must have heard. Well, you should have heard me singing at the shower. I mean, you would go deaf right off the bat.
Oh, nice block over here from PandaTank. If you put the probe right next to the gas, your opponent can't take their gas to delay their gas timing. Nice move.
I didn't know that was possible, to be honest, but that must be annoying like hell. I will start exploring that on the ladder.
Absolutely.
I mean, being annoying is one of my main objectives when I'm playing StarCraft 2, and people often flame at me for rushing them. And I'm not even rushing, to be honest. I'm just doing 2-gate builds with just very quick cybernetic score and warp gate tech, but they think that I'm 4-gating them. Hey, I mean, being annoying, like I said, my main objective for life.
Yeah. While we're waiting for things to get started up, have you met the double gas steal in PvP yet?
Yes, I had. But it doesn't matter for me. I always go to the gasless expand that Adelscott has invented some time ago. Just 4 zealots, you can take both gases then and go 2 stalkers, easy peasy, and the opponent usually doesn't have enough force to deal with that.
But the one that I'm thinking of specifically is they double gas steal you and they rush mothership core and send it into your base and you have nothing that shoots up. And they just kill everything. It is so annoying and hilarious the first time it happens. The second time it happens, you're fine. If you see him stealing one gas, you take the other one immediately and you're fine. But the first time it happens to you, it's just sort of like, oh my god, I can't even I mean, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever, he's gonna steal 2 gas. That was dumb. Like, whatever, I'll just expand. No problem. And he just came over with a mothership core and I was like, oh.
So you're not even able to get a stalker before the mothership comes?
No, you can't, because you don't have any gas.
Even if you go for zealots to take down the gas, I mean,
Yep. You do not have enough. It does not work out.
That's some tricky stuff. I mean,
yeah, it's really nice on Cloud Kingdom, where the 2 gases are right next to each other, so it's really hard to react. Be like, oh yeah, steal, and it's like, oh wait, oh no, he's doing that thing, and I think you probably have to take
anyway, Whitera going in, he is surrounding the stalkers, and PandaTank is losing both of his. He's trying to snipe the mothership core, but it did not work out. PandaTank already. Oh, and he cancels. What was his target?
We have PandaTank in the base of Whitera as well, and he's focusing down the only pylon that's powering the gateway.
Uh-oh. He has to finish it though. Oh, and will it go down? The mothership core is getting low on energy and health, and the pylon goes down, so PandaTank won't be able to supply his army. Sorry, Whitera won't be able to supply his army. PandaTank with a brilliant move. On the other hand, in the base of PandaTank, we just have a lot of dead carcasses of electrical
nice surround
units.
There. Got a big surround on the probes against the stalkers. He's got to be careful.
Oh, and Panda has just lost his mothership core, but he has the Stalker superiority right now, and there's already back a pylon for Whitera, but it is slightly misplaced. It doesn't have one gateway powered, and let's check the workers now. Wow, wow. Yeah, PandaTank with a significant lead of having 3 workers. That's no longer the case.
They both have one. Yeah. They both only have one worker, and that's the worker that's out on the map with their units. They don't, however, neither of them have enough to build even the simulator. So the buildings that are down now are the buildings that are down. That's it. It's 6 stalkers and a mothership core against 7 stalkers.
Yeah, the supply is even. The worker count, I'm not even sure we can call it worker count, is also even with 1 worker for each. The amount of the amount of minerals also the same. It's only gas that was remaining, but PandaTank is just holding up better against this, and Whitera has a little bit of a lower DPS than PandaTank. And PandaTank, after he took care of the Nexus there, he's just going to deal with Whitera. And we need to remember, Whitera is just hanging in this tournament by the razor. I'm not sure if that's a correct saying in English, but
by a thread, I would say.
By a thread. Yeah, thank you very much, my friend.
No problem.
And there's a very angry worker trying to beat down on the cybernetics core with a wrench, and we'll see how this goes. Oh, the mothership core is going to be. Oh, it's going to be crucial, and a nice slowdown.
Nice focus firing.
Oh, this is so close, guys. Will Whitera win this? Oh my God, it seems he is. Does he have enough stalkers? But there's this one peeking worker. Oh my God!
Worker was helping out there.
This is so freaking close. And PandaTank GG's. Oh my God! This game, the closest game ever. Wow.
Oh man. Yeah. PandaTank focused down the mothership core.
I'm not sure why. It has
the stalker. You want to focus down the stalkers in that situation because they deal more damage.
And they deal bonus damage against armored, so they deal bonus damage against stalkers. So that was what happened, guys. PandaTank went for the mothership core focus, but the mothership core in general has a DPS very similar to what stalker has, but it doesn't have the bonus armored damage. So, wow, I mean, oh my God. We'll be going into game number 3 after a short commercial break, so don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be seeing the final of the series. After that, we'll be going with Snoot versus Goody, also a match that will determine who stays in the tournament and who has to go. Alright, chaps, let's do this. We are here with the game that will determine the outcome. And Wytra wins? Oh,
No.
I'm just kidding you. I mean,
Just kidding, of course.
Yeah. We can use the resume from replay feature. That would be really nice. But
Don't think it'd be necessary.
by the way, I started experimenting, guys, with the new Observer UI. However, I cannot get some of the text strings there to appear right, so the map name is just called something string 005. If any of you has an idea how to fix that, if there are any good map makers or people who are very familiar with that feature, please give me a shout out. I mean, private message me. What should I do? Could you help me? That would be awesome. So anyway, the game is loading up.
There we go.
Yeah.
Akalon Wastes is the map.
So
2-2 indeed. 2-2 is the score. So this is it. This is the one game that will decide who is left.
yeah.
At the end.
And there was already a StarCraft 2 quote on the day done by me that StarCraft 2 is not about who's right, it's about who's left. And this is very true in this situation because it will determine who is left in this tournament. Anyway, spawning here in the top left position on Aquilon Flats, his name is...
Wytra.
And spawning here very sneakily also as a Protoss, this time red, his name is...
PandaTank.
So,
Panda you've ever seen alive.
yeah, the tank
Just
is
eats
Panda.
up damage. Just like gets up in the front. No problem. Just eating up all the damage.
Nom, 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 nom. But the bad part about it is powered by wood.
Hmm.
Do you remember
That's
that
unfortunate.
very silly Intel commercial with the Intel Ultrabook convertible, I think?
I don't know that commercial.
That commercial was run every single time there was a break between the matches on IEM. So between every single match there was the same commercial for the entire 5-day tournament. And I already know it by heart. There was a girl, I really do. There was a girl sitting in the tram station and she was waiting for a tram or maybe a metro. And then you know she has this notebook and she stands up and she does something with the notebook and it's a tablet now. And a guy sitting next to her asks, "Wow, what is this?" And she says, "Oh, it's an Ultrabook convertible." And then the whole scenery changes, and now we're back to the Victorian ages in UK, and there are a lot of people from that times around her. And there's a guy who chimney sweeper there, and he asked her, "Is it powered by coal and steam?" And she said, "No, it's powered by Intel." And there's a little kid saying "cranky." So it's so hard to get it out of my head. Oh my god, I'm a walking Intel commercial right now. Next time I buy a CPU, it will probably be Intel.
Yep, the advertising worked. Subliminal message, Intel. I mean, Intel, pretty awesome though.
Yeah, and that's a nice company name, isn't it?
Yeah, it actually is. It's a very nice company name. Very excellent.
Alright, so let's discuss the openings we have. We already have Wytra with a very fast 2 gateway opening. Now that's interesting.
Yep, and PandaTank just going with the 1 gate, so this either could be an expand or a faster tech play.
I would venture a guess that what Wytra wants to do is to go for a Blink Stalker play. Or maybe Stalker Archon. Or Challenger Archon. Or Dark Templar. I mean, I'm quite sure we'll be seeing Stalkers this game. That's you know, more than sure. No, but it kind of looks like going for a Blink Stalker play, and especially that he has. No, it's not. Yeah, but why would he get 2 gateways though? Special tactics, I guess. Why am I asking?
Well, the 2 gateways are a really safe way to open. Going with the 1 gateway is a little bit more dangerous because if your opponent gets aggressive on you, it's difficult to defend. But if you have 2 gateways, you can crank out some units quickly that will keep you alive until your tech is up. And whenever you're teching, in general, you have this weak point in time where you 150 gas has been put into the Stargate, and we have nothing out of it yet. No power has been gained from it yet. We still have to wait till the first unit comes out before that investment starts paying off. So during that time, White Rod is really vulnerable, and that's why he's going to have these couple of sentries to force field as well as a zealot to smash anything that comes in.
Now that's going to be interesting, and by the way, White Rod's building placement is so off the chart. I mean, he went for a Stargate right in the front of his base. Now the building he hid from the plain sight is, oh my god, it's a gateway. What we're going to do. So it's a free gate Stargate build, which is always nice and dandy. PandaTank, like you said, going for an expansion, defending with the sentries, but I'm just in awe for what White Rod is doing. I'm kind of afraid that I don't really get that build.
Yeah, well, hiding off the gateway to the side is important because if it's 2 gates in a Stargate, you can expand off that. You can just do light pressure. But if it's 3 gates in a Stargate, that points a lot more towards a very aggressive push. And you can see we still can expand. It's not 4-gate Stargate, but it's very, very aggressive, and a stronger response has to be made to it.
Oh, and the Phoenix goes into the base, and what will he see? He sees the Stargate. But I guess White Rod wanted the Stargate to be seen. Right? Yeah, probably so.
Yeah, and we'll see how he has to respond to this. This actually, I mean, it looks more like a little bit of just sort of fake pressure, because he's only got 1 Void Ray over here, a couple of sentries out on the map. He's not making units, so this is really nice. It looks like a very aggressive play, but he's just sort of letting his warp gate sit idle while he builds Stargate units.
Why did the PandaTank go for Planetary Nexus now? Why did he use that energy? Was it a misclick or what was it?
He may have just been a little bit afraid. He may have thought, okay, the timing should be coming in right now. Here's the attack, and it doesn't actually come in because White Rod wasn't really gearing up for that super, super early timing. He does see everything with his observer, though, so
yeah, the sneaky
we'll now
observer.
know when it comes in. But yeah, it could have as well been a misclick. Hard to tell for sure.
PandaTank going for Twilight Chancellor right now with a ton of stalkers. I imagine he will be wanting to research Blink. White Rod switching into a Robotech, and he's going for an expansion now, trying to sneak in a couple of worker kills, but doesn't want to risk his Void Rays altogether.
Yep, really nice little bit of harass there, and he's, he's accomplished what he needs to accomplish. He gets a couple of units out on the map. Oh my god, PandaTank though, moving across. He's got a big force. White Rod needs to get these Void Rays home. They're a big part of what he can use to defend. And you
one
notice
sentry being sniped. The second one is going down. The Zealot will not make its way back home. He's already making the vacations plan on Ire, but no, it won't work. He won't get teleported back because those stalkers were just too lazy to chase him down. Now the question is what White Rod will be defending with
a really bad time to get supply blocked.
Oh my god, he's just majorly supply blocked. And he used the prismatic alignment now. Oh, a nice time warp, but will it help him a lot? Not, I guess. And he is now on cooldown. The prismatic alignment is off, and PandaTank will be using that as a very good opportunity for doing an attack. The blink is already on the way. Normally he could wait for it to finish, but no, he has to go in right now.
He's moving right in. He's targeting down the Void Rays.
Nice force
build. First Void Ray goes down. The second Void Ray on the way, but he's those stalkers just melt away. The Immortal's out. That's going to signal the end of this attack. PandaTank cannot keep going in like this against an Immortal and Void Rays.
Probably not. Probably not. But with Blink, however, I mean, with Blink, that's a completely different matter. He has the Observer. Where is that damn Observer? Oh, it's stuck there. I've done my job. Yeah.
But, yeah, we'll have to see. He's getting his Observer out so he can track the movements. He's going right back into Immortal production. And in the meantime, PandaTank is going for Charge.
That's an interesting choice. Well, I mean, Charge with Blink is always nice. Now, oh, Panda is just hoping this one Void Ray that has no shields just looks like a very chummy treat to get. But I'm sorry, you have too few stalkers to go for that, or if you go for it, you'll probably lose a lot more.
Yep. Yeah, this is just a really bad situation for PandaTank to be attacking into. He looks like he's just sort of zoning out though, just scouting, seeing what's going on, seeing if White Rod's going to expand.
Can you see this? Templar
I
Archives.
see the Templar Archives. Yeah, it looks like he's going to be going to Charge-Lot Archon. Charge-Lot Archon a lot stronger when you build it with High Templar because you can get so much more DPS when you have all those extra zealots.
That is true. That is true, and I think yes, Archon Chargelot, that will be the case. You just explained it neatly to everyone who's watching. If he went for a Dark Templar Shrine, that takes a little bit more time to build. It costs probably less than High Templar Council, but what it does, if you build Archons with Dark Templars, you spend much more minerals than you spend gas on them.
Yep.
I mean, you spend equal minerals and gas, just to be completely right about it, and with High Templars you spend more gas than minerals, so going High Templars leaves you space for using the charge load a lot.
Yep. Yeah, you just have a bigger total army supply if you build the Archons out of High Templar instead of out of Dark Templar. But if you're going for a later game play and you're trying to conserve your gas, building the DTs out of building the Archons out of the DTs can sometimes work, but for the most part, almost all the time, you're going to see Charge-Lot Archon with the High Templar being used.
Now we have Wytra with a nice sustainable force. Now he already has the supply advantage. Did you notice how Wytra always hallucinates a phoenix? I'm not saying that this is his main hallucination choice, however, he is always very careful with the scouting and he uses the hallucinated phoenix quite a lot, much more than other players I saw.
Yeah, and actually he has a Dark Shrine too. He's keeping his options open. He's like, I've got Templar of all sorts. I don't discriminate against Dark Templar or against Light Templar. I make both kinds of Templar.
Yeah, but I still
equal
discriminate
opportunity
Reds.
Templar builder.
Yeah. Because
Very
Reds
nice
are
to see.
communists. Yeah, that's always.
Alright,
So-
whoa, 2 Warp Prisms queued up right now. I don't know if that's a mistake. 2 Warp Prisms is kind of intense. I don't know exactly what he's going to be going for. Yeah, he's also going for a big drive. So he's going to be doing some Warp Prism antics here. We're going to get maybe some multiple prong terrace and drops. This is not just for reinforcements.
That's going to be interesting. I mean, so Wytra is just going for drops with his Zealot composition, but PandaTank, on the other hand, if we consider what he needs, the Warp Prism, where is that Warp Prism for PandaTank? Where is it?
We have a little bit of engagement coming up here. He's got 2 Colossus and Void Rays. He's got Immortal, White Rod does. And he's also got some Archons coming up. The Nexus Cannon is down. Moving into this tight choke is not going to be good. PandaTank knows that, and he's hesitant to move in.
A little bit prematurely, yes. And Wytra just... Oh my god! Why did this... Oh my... Wow! That wasn't very effective. And Wytra going in with his Warp Prism right into the mineral line. Will PandaTank... Well, PandaTank has to warp something, but it seems his gateways are... No, they are on off cooldown, so he should be warping in something right now.
They're going to try to target down that forge with a +3, but it is... oh no, he's got some DTs in there now as well. It's DT Zealot versus DT Zealot. These 2 DTs can't actually see each other, so nothing is getting done that front. In the meantime, he does another warp in over in the natural. Just warping in all over the place. Really nice multi-pronged harass here from White Raw, and there's no mining going on in the main right now.
That's something we haven't seen of Wytra for a very long while. He used to be one of the players who would be early adopters to the Immortal drop style, which required you a lot of multitasking. Now we see PandaTank working for High Templar, so he's going to hope to go for a High Templar drop, which is always nice. I mean, if there's a very full and very chunky mineral line, if you drop Storm straight into that, oh, that's so damn good.
Yep. Absolutely, the storm drop's really powerful, and maybe we'll see that in a bit. These 4 High Templar are just sort of hanging out off to the side, waiting for their moment to shine.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a really scary army from White Rock.
But hold that thought for a second there. We have 4 Stargate play? What is this? That's a nice transition.
Yeah, he's gonna be going for the late game air toss style. when PvP gets into the really late game, that superior air army can do a lot of damage, especially considering White Ra has built a lot of Colossus.
So right now, to sum it up, White Ra is on 3 bases. PandaTank also, the same can be said. The choice of the 3rd base was kind of different. So sorry, White Ra is on 4 bases. I didn't notice that one. And PandaTank just got those High Templars, that 4 High Templars that are standing there in kind of mid-air. He doesn't know what to do with them, and that's really it.
Yeah, I mean, we have a superior economy for White Ra right now. PandaTank with a really cool expansion pattern. He's going to be taking this base up here as his 4th and not the inside base. So we're gonna have to see how that works out. I really like the trying of different styles. Really like seeing the different stuff going on. But yeah, we have 4 Void Rays at a time. Fleet Beacon coming up. So we have a full-on air toss transition from PandaTank right now.
We haven't seen such a transition yet. This is going to be something completely new. Now, we have White Ra also going for a Stargate transition, because he already has a nice Death Ball, and he'll be going for a Death Ball that was much more prominent in Wings of Liberty, which also included a lot of Void Rays, and that was considered to be unstoppable until the Hydras were invented. But now, oh, White Ra goes in for the kill, and army supply-wise, oh my god, PandaTank just has more supply, but the problem that PandaTank has is he has a lot of charge loads, which will just melt against all the Archons, and the storms go down. Oh my god, those storms! Straight into the Protoss army. What will happen after that? Will White Ra manage to survive this? Oh, the Colossi have enough health to survive all the storms, but then the Void Rays of PandaTank are just demolishing the Colossi. Now, does White Ra have anything to deal with the... Yes, he has.
Archons, they go down. It's looking really bad for PandaTank here. He engaged at just the right amount of time. There wasn't enough Void Rays at the time to deal with this. He's focusing down the Colossus, but he's going to lose his Void Rays as a result. He doesn't get enough of them down. The Archons with +3 attack take them down. And White Ra moves on in the tournament. PandaTank eliminated.
Wow, and White Ra moves in the tournament after a very close shave with PandaTank. PandaTank nearly got this. Unfortunately, PandaTank is eliminated from Jägerlisk Master League right now. He is one of the first 2 people to leave the tournament, which means he will probably not be appearing in the next edition. Now, guys, what we have cooked up for you is Goody versus Snoot. Straight up, well, maybe, sorry, not straight after this. We'll be starting that at 9 p.m. CET. So make sure you tune in for that match. It is going to be epic. White Ra versus PandaTank. They showed us the real nature of PvP. We have seen so many build examples. I think the games have been great, don't you?
Absolutely.
But then, when they are not, when you're watching,
when are they not great? I mean, it's really difficult to have players of this caliber and put them against each other and have bad games. I mean, it pretty much doesn't happen.
Did you ever see a big tournament that and a commentator that sat down and say, "Yeah, that wasn't really a good game. It was a bad game, to be honest." And Jaden wasn't really in shape. Now, when you have those players. They are mostly, in all cases, in good shape, or at least as good as to show us the best games they possibly can in a given day. Absolutely. And that's usually equals a nice entertainment. So anyway, guys, I want to remind you that after the stream is done, so after we're done with Snoot versus Goody, there is going to be a free Heart of the Swarm giveaway, so make sure you come back later. Now we'll be going into a 40-minute break to wait for the players to come, Snoot and Goody, that is, and then we'll carry on with another best of 5. So thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the tournament. Let us just quickly go through the bracket again. Let me just bring that up. So in terms of the bracket, it was quite a surprise to see Goody and Snoot fall out of the first round from the winners bracket, and now only one of them will be making his way further. So White Ra passes on, and he'll be playing with the loser of Nurture versus Cass. So White Ra, in theory, has a chance of meeting his nemesis that got him to the lower bracket in the first place. Goody versus Snoot, so damn difficult to try to predict the outcome of that, but if one of them moves on, he'll be playing either against Bly or Happy. So from now on, we only have the best of the best of the best competing against each other, and we will shortly start seeing even more and more names falling out of the tournaments. Good names, that is, which makes me sad, but that's how double elimination works.
Yep, absolutely.
Alright guys, so we'll be back in 45 minutes. Don't, well, you can go whenever you like, but what I was about to say is just make sure you tune back and watch Goody versus Snoot. So see you later, Alligator. In the meanwhile, you can just stay on the chat, relax, chat with other fans of Yegalisk TV, and enjoy some nice music handpicked by Yegwen. My name was Yegwen, as you can imagine, since I'm handpicking the music, and with me casting is the Jack Attack. Thank you very much for watching.